Afternoon VC. Alright, it's been a few days. Got a bunch of records here. Get into it. A couple of records came from the UK. I found these for £9 each, which is actually less than $9 now because the pound took a dump with Brexit or whatever there's going on over there. Some Zamrock, and actually not from Dylan, but a couple Paul Ngozi 7 inches on the Sound Project label, and I really dig these labels. There's that. And the A side on this one is Anyambe, and the B side is Musazani Yomundi. Great Zamrock. This is, God, I think these are 1980. And this is how most of the Zamrock was originally released, was on these 7 inches. So here's another Paul Ngozi. Side A is Vikwadi. Side B is Shamwali Maganga. This one's a little more easier to find. These aren't in that great a shape, but they were cheap. And they're Zamrock records, so they're going to have some little bit of surface noise, so they're fine for me, especially at that price. So those are cool finds. Next, I had recently shown this record, a different version of it, a later EMI, I think, press maybe? Can't remember. Anyway, I sent it on to Teddy. He had bought a copy and it was not up to par. My copy was in fantastic condition, and so I traded it for a groove washer kit. So that is on the way, so I'll be able to actually clean these records properly. And I found an original of this record, so that's another reason I sent it on. But Bismillah Khan Ragatoti Mishra Thumri. This is an Indian pressing on his master's voice. I want to say from '62. I could be wrong on the year. Didn't do my homework today. But the record's in really nice shape. There's his master's voice label from India. There was another pressing from this year on the Odeon label as well from India, which actually is probably the first issue of it. But happy to have this. It sounds fantastic. This is fantastic, fantastic stuff. Great ragas from Bismillah Khan, the master, a favorite. And this came from Israel. First time I've ordered a record from Israel. The guy was fantastic. It was not expensive, and it got here fairly quickly, packaged very well. The guy had some interesting stuff too. He had Piper at the Gates of Dawn in Israel pressed with Hebrew writing on the front, Pink Floyd. He said it was an original. I looked it up. It looks like it's actually a second Israel press. They actually had a couple pressings of that record then. There, which I've had no idea they would ever have pressed records there like that back then. So yeah, Pink Floyd, it was interesting. I think that was Dom's #1 on his Psychedelic 100. And I don't have that record, but I was thinking about getting it, and it was a little pricey for being listed as the wrong version. I want to say it was on the can't remember the label. It's an interesting label. Next, a pre-order arrived. Boris Heavy Rocks. And I'm not... Yeah, I guess this is a new record altogether. The first couple songs, they're good rockin' tunes, but the vocals are real muddy. The later part of side 1 is killer. They get more experimental. It's still rocking tunes, heavier stuff, but yeah, really good record. This one is clear with splatter, limited to 500 copies on Relapse. It's kind of a low count, really, now that I think about 500. This is cool vinyl, clear. On those cool Boris labels. I'm on the Boris train, so anything they put out, I mean, and be honest, on this one, Wada carries this band. Her guitar playing. Everybody else is a little sloppy, but that's just Boris. Their drummer's not the most technical in the world, as other musicians that I've talked to will say. But I love Wada to death. So that's that one. It recently came out. Let's see. Next, I had a gift card. I don't know what I did with the other record. Interesting. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Had a gift card to Lunchbox. So went to Lunchbox, playing with some house money, and here's what we came away with on the Lunchbox dig. An original of the King of Limbs, as far as the 10-inch version is concerned. So 2x10 inch, there's a CD, the newspaper's here. I'm not gonna pull it all out. Everything's here. When I first heard this record, I couldn't get into it. Now that I'm into some of the crazier electronic stuff, this now makes a lot more sense, this record, and is fantastic. And so I was happy to see this version at Lunchbox, so I grabbed it. I'd been thinking about picking this up just to reissue, and so this was nice to find. Radiohead, King of Limbs, very cool copy, a UK copy, I think from 2011. Found this 7-inch, Collect Anything Discord, and this is the Teen Idols. And this is a fun 7-inch. Adventure's like a surf punk song, the opening cut. Teen Idols is a kind of their here we are song. Sneakers is a killer track on this, the third cut. The last song on the A side, fucking probably the best song on here, Sneakers. And then the B side is Trans Am, it's an okay song. And then the closing song, Furiuchi Nightmare Getting in My Way, great fucking track. You can hear in that last track the guitar style and tone start to move towards what would come down the road from Discord stuff. This is real early shit, 79, 80. Ian MacKaye on bass on this. This is before he was singing and playing guitar. Nathan Stryjek on vocals, Gordy Grindle on guitar, and Jeff Nelson drums. Teen Idols. This is a 2011 reissue. It was like $4 or something. But yeah, I think a couple of the tunes on here were the Slinkies tunes, which was, I think, Ian MacKaye's first ever band. I could be wrong about that, but they're covers. But yeah, it's a good little 7-inch. Discord. This got a 25th anniversary reissue, and I was really looking forward to picking this up. Yola Tango, I Can Hear the Heart Beating as One. Double LP on yellow on Matador. I got to see this band once outdoors at Fredonia Fest in probably 1991, I want to say. And they were playing Fake Book stuff and earlier stuff. And they were really cool to meet, and I got to talk with them and hang out. It was a very, very small crowd, 25 to 50 people, kind of coming in and out, checking them out. They were on a little side stage outdoors. It wasn't much of a stage, really. The main stage had Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds that day also. So we had some good fucking bands there. The Meat Men were there, or the Milkmen. I forget. Somebody like that was there also. The Dead Milkmen? Yeah, I think it was Dead Milkmen actually that were there also. Was stoked to see this reissue. I had no idea this got reissued. Laboratorio della Cuercia. This is a double LP on Alternative Fox, originally released on Horo out of Italy. So rare Italian experimental jazz LP. Steve Lacy's on this, Steve Potts, Evan Parker, Enrico Rava, Roswell Rudd, to name a few, with a lot of Italian greats from the time. So yeah, this is a really fucking cool record. I was very happy to find this. Pretty plain on the inside, just the information on the players and the songs, on who wrote them and the length of the songs and all that. But Alternative Fox, it's been hitting home runs on what they've been putting out. That live Alice Coltrane I have that they put out is fantastic. Yeah, I'm not sure if they got a hold of some of the Horo catalog. I hope so. I hope this is the beginning of things to come, because Horo titles are expensive and hard to get a hold of in the States, if at all. Next, this is one that Scott had recommended I pick up last time I was there, and I didn't, and then this time I went ahead and got it. I don't have any Sex Pistols in the collection, in the punk collection, so I thought, well, if we're going to get one, we might as well get this. Anarchy in the UK Live. It's a boot, but on this is a show from, I think, 1978 in San Francisco. That might be the one that Maslow always talks about that he went to, so which is fucking cool. So he says, I think he said it was a great show. So we have it now right here. And then this came in from Permanent, so that's what I got with the gift card. The Dead Weather Whorehound, an original double LP. One of the sides is actually an etching. This is fucking awesome album. I Cut You Like a Buffalo, Treat Me Like Your Mother. I love the vocalist. She is unreal on this. Jack White's on drums. This is probably my favorite Jack White project, is the Dead Weather, other than the early White Stripes, which I really dig. Like Dead Leaves in the Dirty Ground is an all-time killer fucking cut. But yeah, happy to have this. I've been looking for a copy of this for years. I've had the CD since it came out. Next, these were put out yesterday. I went to Lunchbox to get the new Osees record, but it's been delayed getting to them, so they didn't have it, but they did have these. Nucleus got a couple reissues, and this is Under the Sun, originally from '74, on the Spaceship Vertigo labels, and this is on We Are Busybodies out of Canada, reissued these. Solid reissues. Great jazz, fusion, funk, and Alley Cat. This one I spun last night. This is dope as fuck. Some of the bass on this is unbelievable. The drumming, just, and then on the B side, there's some trumpet playing that's all out killer. This one's from '75. Alley Cat, and you never see these originals around. Not here, maybe in the UK, but not here. Nucleus, Alley Cat. This one's a heavy hitter. I fucking love this record. Yeah, so thank you, We Are Busybodies in Canada, for putting these out. Keep putting them out. Solid reissues. Let me show you the labels. They kind of replicated the label, but put their own stamp on it too. On the Spaceship labels. Really cool. And these are really nice pieces of wax. Not the best of inner sleeve, but other than, I mean, that's the only bad thing I can say about it is an inner sleeve. Big deal. I can replace those. So yeah, fantastic. Okay, next. I woke up really early, and I had planned on going by Noble today because he had finally put out those punk records he had talked about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Probably 3 weeks ago now. Finally got them priced and put out on a drop, and I figured, okay, a big punk drop, there's going to be a line. And so I got down there early. One guy came a few hours later, and then there was only maybe 2 or 3 other people behind us. So it was kind of felt bad for him, but it was a big drop, but there was nobody there today. So I was able to have the lay of the land. And I was there to get this record, Germs GI. I was just talking to James Buttery about how I never find an early copy of this, and here's an early copy. I didn't expect him to put this out in that drop. And it's an 82 Italian press on Expanded Music. I think this originally came out in 79 on those black labels, which I've never seen a copy of around. Yeah, and this still has the original inner. There's a white label on this, and there's your original inner, the words. So yeah, and the record's in nice shape on this. So I was very excited to pick this up. I dig Pat Smear in Foo Fighters, and this was him, you know, when he got started, and then started this whole punk scene in LA with the Germs. God, he looks crazy right there. So that's one I've been meaning to pick up for years. This is one I just finally got into. It took me a while to come around to this band. Wire, Pink Flag. This is an original on Harvest from '77. Or maybe this is a 7. Well, I don't know. Maybe I think it's an original. On the Harvest label. Got the original inner, which ain't in the best of shape, but it is. The Harvest label looks pretty good. Not the easiest record to come across as far as early press, so that was a big one to grab. Wire, Pink Flag. This would pave the way for a lot of other things to come. This cover's not in the best of shape either, but nice to have a copy of that. And then I got a really cheap copy of Patti Smith Horses, because the cover and the record aren't in the best of shape, but we played it in the shop, sounded fine. Another, you know, the beginnings of punk. This is from '75 on Arista. Yeah, Patti Smith Horses, New York scene from back then. Never had a copy of that. There was a real cheap copy of this. It's not the best of shape. Richard Hell and the Voidoids, Blank Generation. It's original on Sire from '77. And this is one of Telegram Sam's favorite records. It's got the inner sleeve, and it's in nice shape, the record on Sire. So yeah, I was happy to pick that one up. A really good price on this. I've seen a lot higher prices on this. This was 20 some bucks, I believe, if I recall. And then I got another hand-me-down from Dylan, his copy of Gil Scott Heron, Pieces of a Man. I've never seen this in a shop before, on Flying Dutchman from '71. It's got some damage to the cover, but other than that, it is a clean as a whistle record. This was his personal copy. He got a clean promo, so he gave this one up. Yeah, that is a nice copy. The Flying Dutchman label. Classic record. I've got some kind of reissue of this. I think can't remember what it's called, but yeah, so this is a major upgrade to that. And then I recently got into Mothers of Invention. I don't know what I've been doing all these years, but some of that shit is killer. I mean, Zappa and the band are just going off, so I had to pick up a few others, and these were really nice copies. Here's Weasels Rip My Flesh, still in the original shrink. Hell yeah. And then burnt weenie sandwich, also in great shape. This one's a gatefold. This was on reprise. So some Zappa added to the collection, classic stuff. And then last but not least, another Zamrock piece, another Keith Mlevhu, I don't know even how you say it, Love and Freedom this time. And this is also one that I know that Steve Carlson got a copy of this on the Mac Bullet label. Not in the best of shape, but got a deal on it, so here it is. Another classic Zamrock piece from the 70s. That's what we got. Tomorrow is my birthday, and a record convention falls on it in town, so Dylan's going to try to get out there early with me and see what we can find there. And then so we'll show you tomorrow maybe, or next week, what shenanigans that we can get into at the convention. Peace.